Alright, so I don't know if you've heard already, but there's a lot of ice and snow warnings in England and Ireland. There is also loads of snow due to hit throughout this week as well. And actually, the heaviest snow has already hit in Scotland with almost 60 centimetres of snow. So let's talk about that. We're also going to talk about the temperature as well. The temperature might even get to -10 or even lower in Scotland and some of the mountains as well. So before we do, like this video, subscribe, and Happy New Year. So today is the 4th of January, Sunday. As you can see, there's been some snowfall, light snow in the hills and around Wales in some areas. Not all of Wales, but there's still been some heavy snow, as well as around Bala. I think that's how you pronounce it. As long as the east coast as well, around the east coast, just below Newcastle in Middlesbrough, there has been some light snow. Scarborough as well, and Hull. Up Scotland has been really bad with snow. If I mark this, that like 48 centimetres of snow, and there's still more snow to come from the north as well. As well as Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland had some light snow as well throughout the north of Ireland. I think Belfast right now doesn't have any snow, but it's possible. As you can see, it's barely touching Belfast, but that's still possible. Monday, more snow for Scotland here. Wait, let's check here again. See, so now it's moved up to like 57, around like 56, 57 centimetres of snow in this highlighted area, which is just down the coast from Inverness, just below Buckie. All this green area as well, and also just around Ullapool as well has around nearly 40 centimetres, 35 centimetres of snow, as well as all the Scottish Isles, Northern Ireland as well, got some heavy snow in Northern Ireland, like 10 centimetres, and Dumfries as well. Let's move into Tuesday now. So on Tuesday, the snow then moves its way down south and hits Cumbria, and it also hits Newcastle. This is very light snow though. But as you can see here, we've got like 2.5 centimetres. It's got a weird pattern. But from Tuesday, the snow has pretty much reached a lot of the east coast. It's built itself up now from Wales into Wrexham, as well as Sheffield. Leeds, it might, but this isn't me saying it will, just a 50-50 chance. Carlisle, very light snow in Tuesday. Some parts around Silloth and the west coast, maybe Kiswick as well, might. But in Scotland, still quite a lot of snow. Doesn't look like it's melted really. And the snow will get harder throughout the day because the temperatures won't really drop. It won't really rise enough for it to melt properly. Moving in though to Wednesday, looks similar, not much change. Moving into Thursday, looks pretty similar, and Friday as well looks pretty similar. Looks like the snow still remains heavy in Scotland for the next 5 days. London though might possibly get snow on Friday the 9th. It might be a dodge though, it might just dodge London, and it might just reach all this light blue. This is where the snow can be very possible on Friday the 9th. And we're going to look at the same thing but on a much more accurate website and a much better chart. As you can see here, the heavy snow. As we move in, look, January the 4th, overnight, looks pretty similar. But as we move in to the early hours of Tuesday the 6th of Jan, you can see, look, light snow now builds up, and the numbers represent the centimeters. So as you can see, this is Northumberland basically. We've got a light, a dark blue, which is around 10 centimeters, 11 centimeters in this dark patch here. Scotland, 50 centimeters for pretty much most of Scotland, and then it gets lower. But the whole country, light snow. Wales, 8 to 15, 12 centimeters. All this light blue colour. Northern Ireland pretty much got a lot of snow as well. Moving in though, Wednesday the 7th, looks like throughout that day there's not going to be more snow expected, but Wednesday night maybe some more snow for Northumberland, around Dumfries area, all of Cumbria, the Lake Districts, Manchester, Lancashire as well. Moving in to Friday morning, looks like London might get around 10 to 15 centimeters of snow on the 9th, but this can all change. And then another heavy snowfall looks like it will take place in Northumberland. It's now built itself up to around 20 plus centimeters of snow in this dark blue, as well as this dark blue which looks around 25 centimeters. Scotland, 67 centimeters, even 80 centimeters in this patch right here, which is insane. And then the snow looks to me as it actually stays in place in Scotland but disappears for the rest of the country, and then it looks like another snowfall here around the 15th of January. Look, light snow around 10 centimeters widespread and 12 centimeters just around Yorkshire, I think it is. Moving in the 16th of January, it all looks similar, except up here now 71 plus centimeters of snow. Scotland probably going to get snow now for maybe 2 weeks plus. Due to the really cold temperatures, it probably won't melt. Let's go through the temperatures. So tonight, Sunday the 4th of January, we have the whole country and the whole of Ireland below 0 degrees. All of Scotland will be way below -1 probably. As you can see, we've got like -9, -7, -7, -4 in Carlisle, and -4 or even lower for the whole of Cumbria. Moving down to Wales, just the exact same as Cumbria, -4. London, -2. But let's move in throughout the night though. It gets much colder though, as you can see. Let me go back here. -9, -7, -7. Pretty similar. Here though, in the early hours of Monday, the 5th, -13, -10, -6 Carlisle, Cumbria. Pretty crazy. Let's go through. It goes up again to -10 Wednesday the 7th. That'll be another cold day. looks like the weather pattern's changed, so instead of it being really cold in this area, it's going to be like -10 around Dundee and, is that Aberdeen? Like -11 near Aberdeen, which is mad, Saturday the 10th. Then the temperature actually bumps up into the low teens actually down south. Down south will be higher than at least 5 degrees for South England, but the further up north it will get much colder, dropping into like the low numbers. Looks like for 2 days straight, I think, it looks like warmer temperatures, but then it actually drops straight away, bringing some of the country to like the low numbers, so like 0 degrees or even minus. Scotland goes significantly cold again. Actually, we've got -14 here, Sunday the 18th. So another cold spell, pretty similar to the one we had here on the 7th. That'll happen again on the 18th, maybe just a slightly bit colder to -14, which is insane. We're going to talk about the weather warnings. Sunday the 4th of January, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 amber warnings. Let's talk about these. So Shetland has a hail warning for snow. Orkney Islands, snow amber warning. Around over Ullapool, Wick, Thurso, and around Porttree, that's where this amber warning will cover. And then Aberdeen, this is where this one will cover. The yellow warning now will cover pretty much all of north of Scotland, so be aware of that. And this yellow warning for snow and ice will cover pretty much all of Northern Ireland except this tiny bit. And then for these two, this one here will cover Nottingham, parts of Birmingham, Peterborough, Oxford, Bath, and then the one on the left, this yellow snow and ice one, will cover Cornwall and Wales. No actual yellow warnings for Newcastle, which I'm quite surprised about. Due to the cold temperatures, it will probably still be fairly slippy and pretty dangerous to drive. Monday, the amber warnings exact same, no changes. Actually, my bad. Monday, here we go, we've got one for Newcastle, which goes all the way down the whole entire east coast, so be aware of that if you live on the east coast or in Newcastle. Tuesday, the amber warnings all disappear, as well as this warning which covers Birmingham and Peterborough and Nottingham. That disappears, but there's still some yellow warnings on Tuesday the 6th, still covering up North Scotland, all the west coast from the top of Bangor going all the way down to like Plymouth, and then the whole east coast will still remain in a yellow warning on Tuesday the 6th. And then after that there's no current warnings, but they could all change. But yeah, be aware, check and download the Met Office app. That's quite an accurate app where you can keep track. This is what I'm actually using. I'm using the Met Office website, and it's very accurate. You can keep track of weather warnings. And yeah, drive safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.